I'm your host, Jeremiah Fox, broadcasting live. We in the Zoom stratosphere these weeks as we deal with the coronavirus epidemic. It's got New York City and many other places on shutdown. So I'm sitting in my restaurant, Della, in Brooklyn. It's quiet. There's nobody here. Can't have customers. We're closed during the day anyways, but my guest today is also part of the food industry here in New York City. I'll introduce him in just a moment. Andrew, are you with us? Do I have Andrew?
Yes, I am. Here I am. Mic check.
Here he is. Yo, man, we got the same shirt.
Nice shirt. I like it. I was trying to find mine today, and I can only do the wallpaper, but you're rocking the real deal.
That's beautiful. I got the real deal. The sauce boss. The sauce boss is in the house. So this man makes his own sauce, and it really got my wheels turning this week, and I couldn't stop thinking of A Bronx Tale.
Nice.
Have you been hit up with that much lately, where the scene where Colonial is like, he kisses the girl and he's like, you know how to make sauce, right? And she's like, huh? And he's like, sauce for macaroni. And she's like, shut up, and like kisses him again. So I just had the Bronx Tale on my mind lately. It's such a profound movie, and the message of the week is coming from A Bronx Tale. It just made me think of you. And it was the scene where his dad said, the saddest thing in life is wasted talent. And I thought of you because you're a very talented guy. You're a man of many talents, and you're wasting no time right now. There's lots of people on shutdown who are forced to cease operations, and there are a lot of people who just decided, man, this is fucking hard, and they're going to give it up. But not you.
Yeah,
not you, my friend.
Not an option. Not an option.
So my guest today, I'm going to mispronounce your last name. Suzuka, is that it?
Yeah, you nailed it.
All right, Andrew Suzuka, the sauce boss of Otamot Foods. He's also the, are you still the CFO of the
Bayard Advertising? Yeah.
This
largest recruitment marketing agency in the United States. So we actually do all the recruiting for companies like Walmart, and Cisco, and I mean, there's just the list goes down the line. Whole Foods, things like that. What's interesting, I never actually used that connection with the sauce. So it was always like the Bayard is the 9 to 5, and the sauce is the 5 to 9, except for this 1 hour today, and then I'll get back to it.
Right. So you're the CEO of Otamot, correct?
Yep.
And the CFO of, what's the name of the media company again?
Bayard, Bayard.
Bayard Media. Nice. That's awesome, man. So how are things?
Things are good. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, right? It's
crazy. It's definitely crazy
out there, but listen, I can't complain. I mean, we're doing what we wanted to do, right? And we're feeding people, and we're I'm just having fun. I'm having fun. I know it sucks out there. I have 2 kids. We're stuck in our house. I can't leave. I'm, giving my sister, my parents a hard time. Don't leave, like whatever. Yeah. But in the same time, like, things are cool. Like this week we launched in Fresh Time, and that's 75 stores in a bunch of states. And then Rouse's down in Louisiana, 63 stores. We're about to launch with Whole Foods. QVC literally just asked me for another, a huge order for April, 80,000 jars. It's good. It's good. We're getting a lot of love out there, and then just doing what I set out to do, step by step. And I think it's just, it's a fun time. It's a fun time right now, and I'm learning, and I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing, just to be honest.
None of us do, especially right now. I mean, the great part about right now is like the veil is lifted from everybody. I interviewed Sylvie from Le Paddock a couple weeks ago. We were just talking about that, how like, in restaurants where you often have to put the game face on, and you have to show up, and like, no matter what's going on in your world, you just have to smile. And right now, everybody gets to be very honest and just be like, yo, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm winging it, but that's what I've been doing all along. So it got me this far.
Just try to be a good person, right? Just try to be a good,
absolutely.
Like the other day, and other people, and when you're a good human, other people are too. One of my, I consider him a friend now in China, who I've known for 10, 15 years. And we won't, if we want to make promotional balloons or whatever, I reach out, to Albert, and he reaches out to me and he said, hey, Andrew, I hear what's going on there. Could you use some masks? I'm like, sure, I'm not leaving my house, but, send them over. And I was like, I'll pay you. He's like, no, don't worry. This is just for me. And then I thought, well, what could I do? So then I put on LinkedIn, like, hey, does anyone need any masks? And I just started making little envelopes with like 4 in each, and just grab some stamps, and just people would ping me with instant messages like, oh, my dad's here, that's there, you know, like, so you just try to be a good human. You just, and then when it comes to work too. So, I mean, we donated stuff to City Harvest, and I didn't even socialize. I didn't think that my PR companies give me a hard time. Like, why did you tell us? We could have done this whole press release. I don't know, because I just thought it would be the quick, good thing to do, you know, like just take a pallet of sauce, here you go. And it, you know, and karma will come around, you know, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to bust my ass. I mean, that's what we have to do. You know that just as well as me, right? You're in New York City, you gotta hustle. So, and it, and we're just getting a chance to do what I love. I mean, I love both jobs, honestly. I love the fact that we help people find jobs at Bayard Advertising. We just put a website up again called Hiring Again. And Hiring Again is a completely free site for people to go and put their jobs, their resumes online, and for people looking to hire, because there's a lot of companies still hiring, to go get resumes totally for free, right? So we did that. Meanwhile, Indeed is going to charge people, and all these other, you know, all their job boards, Career Builder, charge job, you know, people are looking to hire access. We're just like, you know what? We're in this space. We're big in the space. Just put it out there. So, you know, being able to do cool things like that, and also being able to feed people, you know, really great, nutritious, no junk food, you know, without any crap in it, that I'm like psyched. Like, I put this, you know, I put this on the table, or I come downstairs from working upstairs now when I was working in the city, right? And I see like my daughter Evelyn eating it, and I'm just like, fuck yeah, you know, that's like all that matters. And I swear to God, when I tell people, like, the only thing that really mattered was that I was able to make one jar and get my daughter to love it, you know? Everything else is just gravy. So can I complain about that? No, like, even if I shut down tomorrow, I got a good backstock. Like, she's good for a couple of years.
So tell everybody how this got started.
Oh yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, and I'll add a little bit of color to it, which is that
please.
So I have a 9-year-old. She was 5, 6 at the time, Evelyn, and she just, you know, kids, they get pickier and pickier. I'm like, you used to eat avocado when you couldn't talk, but now you're not eating avocado. What did I do wrong, you know? So all of a sudden, I was just getting like really, you know, frustrated and just not feeling like a good dad, you know? Just like, I can't get my kid to eat like sweet potatoes or whatever it is, anything, you know? Anything that's not white, she wouldn't have.
Right.
Like, but she likes pizza. I'm like, all right. I was like, Evelyn, like, hang out. I'm going to make the pizza sauce tonight. So, you know, I make some.
You go in the other room while I make the sauce.
Yeah, hop on the iPad, feel bad, but, you know, we'll get off that in like 10 minutes. And I start grabbing, I'm like, all right, let's make the sauce, but let's grab whatever is red-ish. Red-ish is the key word, right? So I'm like, all right, let's grab some carrots, red-ish. Let's grab some peppers. Let's steam those suckers down, right? So it's not taking me forever. Throw it in the steamer. And then let me just hit it with the blender, little bit of garlic, not over. And then I look at it, and the shit's pink. All right, and the sauce is pink, and I'm like, damn it! I'm like, you know, she's hungry. She's gonna turn cranky in a minute. And I'm like, I got an idea. I'm gonna turn the lights down. We're gonna make this into a fun like nighttime thing, you know. So I'm like, all right, I got this. So I turn it down. Evelyn, pull up the chair because she was still kind of short. And, you know, when I have the dough and she's making the pizza, she doesn't realize it's pink. We put a little extra cheese so she doesn't see the color.
Yeah.
Pop it in the oven, you know, turn the lights on. Oh, let's eat. And she eats it and she's like, I want more. And I was like, you want more? I want more. I want more. I was like, oh shit. I mean, this is pretty cool. And then a little light bulb comes off, right? And I'm like, wait a minute. If you liked it, and this was not even thinking to make it into anything except one meal, one night for my one daughter, right? So she loved it. And then this light bulb, because I'm in marketing for 20 years, right? Selling, you know, shampoo for Unilever, selling chips for Intel, all the BS stuff, like selling stuff that doesn't matter, right? But maybe it mattered because it helped me really make use of it and all that experience. So then saying, you know what, why don't I wrap this into a jar and go to a farmer's market? And I had a little proof in that I have 4 younger sisters. One of them, she's a chef, Kim, at, not a chef, well, she's a great chef, but she also works at Per Se in the city. Really nice restaurant here on hold right now.
Yeah, and I love it. Yeah.
You know, So I call up Kim. I'm like, hey, can you help me with this? Can you just like, I got this recipe, like, here it is, whatever. And I was like, throw it away, because you can crush this way more than me. And that was like, and she had been selling cookies at some of these markets. And I was like, well, if Kim can do it as of her 5 to 9, her weekend job, I can do it too. Mm-hmm. And so that's how it initially started, but I actually never did the farmer market thing. I actually said, you know what? Let's just actually try to put this right in a store. Right? Because the weekends for the family and hanging out with the kids and everything. So I ended up deciding from that moment, hey, let's go for it. Talked to a few people, did a little friends and family raise. Didn't know how the hell to put what I was making in the kitchen into a jar like this, or how all that even, no clue. So to be really honest with you, that was the inspiration. That was a spark, right? That was a light bulb moment. The floodlight moment, like, really came when I realized this was possible and the need in the market, right? To have something that was really nutritious and delicious. And you look at the sea of sameness, you look at all the stuff that's on the shelf, at least in the tomato category, it's someone's famous face. And then it's someone else's famous face. And you realize they're all made at the same factory, the same way, in a huge vat, and they're just cooking the hell out of it. And I'm like, no, this is dead food. And like, why are we eating dead food, right? So what can I do that's different? We probably got, and so I set out on a mission, probably got 49 no's from factories saying, your recipe's too complicated, you have too many ingredients. And I was just like, fuck. And then you start feeling bad, right? You start like, I took my friend's money, we took, friends and family invested in it. And it was like 38,000 to start, but still you feel bad, right? And I was like, and then you get this guilt trip of like, and also the like don't die mentality in me, like don't give up, which is like, that's just ingrained in you or not from being a kid, right? Yep. And I was like, I'm not gonna fucking give up, no way. And so it was really, that, I guess, the tenacity and just like the not wanting to lose, not relenting, which you go to bed at night sometimes, like after that 39th no, you're like, what am I doing? Like, just focus on the main career, get there, like whatever, you tried, that kind of crap. But really when I finally got that yes, and I finally got this factory, and they were based in Wisconsin, our first co-packer, and they said, Andrew, you know what? We do a couple of these a year. If you're willing to wait a couple of months, we'll take you on. And I said, if you promise me you're going to take me on, I'll wait. No problem. Let's go. And I remember I remember exactly where I was in the parking lot in Queens, was doing some shopping, and having that phone call with Andy, the owner, saying, if you're taking me on, I'll hang, I'm cool, and that was really the start of it. It was that. And then the other part that was really inspiring was the branding, was because you have an idea, right? And at first this was called super sauce. And I was like, what am I making? I'm making super sauce.
Super sauce.
Yeah. And my lawyers were like, you're not going to be able to trademark that. I was like, yeah. All right. And so, but when I first saw this and being, we did a whole bunch of back and forth with some friends in the agency, right. The agency world. And we finally came up with a stripe design. And when I saw that, I was like, that's it. Those little things, those other inspirations, because I can motivate myself. I can kick myself in the butt, right? But it's all these other sparks of really excitement that other people, that you feed off of other people. Once you get that, you get the factory that says yes. You get this design that happens. You get this tagline that happens. You get that. You get a phone call. You get someone. You get Joey from up the street saying we're going to put you on the shelf. And it's like, whoa, things just start happening. Like, right? Yesterday we got an email like 2 days ago from Kroger's saying, hey, start getting your stuff loaded in. And I was like, whoa, all right, there we go. So it's like, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And you just have to try to make sure that you're prioritizing the right way. And now it's just a challenge of making sure that we are prioritizing, we're focused on where it matters the most. And never, and don't cut corners. We'll never cut a corner with our product. It has to taste great. It has to be the same. It is expensive for us to make it, but that's what it is. There's no citric acid because I don't want the word acid on my food. So we put lemon juice if we have to make it more acidic, organic, lemon juice. And, does that cost a few more pennies? Yes. But does it matter to me? No, because I don't want to eat acid. I don't know if you guys ever tasted citric acid. It tastes like ass. Okay. So before you put something in your food, make sure you actually taste that raw ingredient to make sure it's something that you want to have. So yeah, that was a long way of telling you kind of how it all sparked and kind of where we got and some of those inspirations. Sorry.
That's great. We're going to take a little short break. Andrew will be back in just a few, okay?
Cool. Yep.
All right, everyone. You're listening to the Entrepreneur Web.